Hi, I'm Drew Zagorski with Left Brain, Right Brain Marketing, and welcome to the Pragmatist Guide to Small Business Marketing. Today, I want to talk about brand identity and um, what works, what doesn't. Oftentimes, when I work with a new client, sometimes it's a small business who, of course, being a small business, they've started everything themselves, they've done everything themselves, they've created a logo, created a website, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the problem is, unless that client has a background in graphic design or design of any type, typically, or they don't have a relative or friend who has that background has helped them, typically they'll resort to using clip art, hackneyed typefaces that just show up everywhere that really aren't different or interesting. Um, Worse still, they may be based off of an image grabbed off of Google without securing any rights to that image, so that could get them in a lot of trouble. Or one of the other worst case scenarios is they create a logo that uses a rainbow of colors, and there's this faded thing, and it looks like something out of a 1970s tie-dye T-shirt. Um, Not that things like this can't be done effectively, but typically when I see that, the only thing I could think of is, oh my goodness, what are the people who you're trying to reach going to think? If your brand identity doesn't look professional, if it isn't memorable other than how horrible it is, um, how many lost opportunities does that result in? So um, now the other thing is one of the other uh, mistakes that entrepreneurs and business owners who start everything and do everything themselves fall into is the idea that you must have some sort of an icon or some sort of a graphic that is your logo. Anything but that is true, because think about some of the most memorable logos, and those are typeface treatments. Think of Bose, think of Nordstrom's, Macy's. These are just typefaces, and you've seen them and they've been branded well and used consistently across platforms. So you don't need any kind of iconography. The typeface can be your iconography if you choose well and you choose wisely and you use it consistently. Being consistent with that brand identity is one of the first steps of getting people to remember you. Um, think about Starbucks. Starbucks use a very graphic icon in their logo. That logo has evolved actually to the point where now the word Starbucks isn't included in it. It's just the mermaid and the green round emblem, and you know because you've seen it enough and you've had enough of an experience so that it's a visceral thing. When you see it, when you see that icon, you can smell the coffee. You can picture in your mind's eye what that experience is like, and that's where a brand identity can be a really powerful thing. Um, I think about in during World War II, the Nazi flag, the swastika, what horror that emblem, that powerful emblem, put into people's minds. So when you get to the point of creating your brand identity for your new business, or you've launched your business, you've been in business a while, and you say, you know what, I really need to make my image more professional, think about these things. Don't go cheap on your brand identity, because you will only look cheap. Working with a typeface only brand identity is a perfectly acceptable process. Then the final step in this is, once you've created your brand identity, create a style sheet or a style guide that you can use if anybody's helping you with advertising or building a website for you or creating a brochure. You can give them that style guide that outlines, these are our corporate colors. These are the proper ways to place my logo and how much white space I want around it, and the typefaces that we use in all of our printed and online materials. Be deliberate about that stuff and stick to a plan, so that if you do an advertisement in some print magazine or online, when someone sees that logo, and they click on it, or they go to the website, or they get the brochure, it all looks the same. And you're going to be that much more professional and have your act together in front of the people you're trying to do business with. So think about those things in terms of brand identity. Until next time, this is Drew Zagorski with Left Brain, Right Brain Marketing. Find us online at lbrbm.com. Thanks and have a great day.